Chat, what is up? It is a beautiful day in Kansas City. And it is a beautiful day to be a Kansas City Chiefs football fan. Welcome into KCSN Live. Tucker Franklin, Lily, hanging out with you here. Shout out to the chat. Shout out everyone getting in there. Hugh Jazz, what's up? Phaserton, what's up? Weston, we'll get some Big Bob, man. We'll get some Big Bob. Appreciate everyone hanging out with me here. I do. I don't have the sign hung up yet. I don't have the right hanging equipment to get the sign hung up quite yet. But appreciate everyone hanging out with me here. Be live for the next hour or so. Be live for the next hour or so here on KCSN Live. A belt-to-ass game. That's right, Pie Desert. A belt-to-ass game for the Kansas City Chiefs against those pesky Baltimore Ravens. Chat, let me know how the vibes are. Let me know how the vibes are. Paul, shout out. Thanks for joining me, man. Thank you to everybody joining us here. Weston said, did Tucker enjoy the toilet bowl games last night? Man, those Monday Night Football games were brutal. Those Monday Night Football games were brutal. I had them on. I had them on both TVs down here. I got 3 TVs right here in the cave. You guys can't see them, but I got 3 TVs down here. Well, on 2 of them, I had those games on. Not good football games. Vibes are high. Thank you, Paul. Had to let JD know we put that belt to ass. Hell yeah, you had to. Hell yeah, you had to let him know. The old Jaguars and getting some turnovers all the time. They might also lead the league. Luis, thanks, Doug. Thanks for joining me. They might also lead the league in point differential, maybe, but like they're getting an average of like 3 turnovers a game. They're getting like 3 extra possessions a game, and that's just not a sustainable model. And how this all works. Appreciate everyone hanging out with me. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're gonna be talking plenty of ball today. Tyreek Hill injury, prayers up for Tyreek. Looks like he's in good spirits though. That might be it for Tyreek, unfortunately, man. That is too bad. Chris Russell, Sub Tuck D, my fellow July 1st baby. Hell yeah, dude. Midway through the year. Midway through the year. Didn't we get like 0 turnovers last season? Yeah, it was pretty low. That might be a research time. I might ready be able to pull the trigger on a research time on that one, Pie Desert. Tucker, do you call the Jets about Breece Hall? I mean, I would, but Braylon Allen just got hurt with the Jets last night, so maybe the Jets so maybe the Jets don't want to trade him as much as they wanted to before the injury to Braylon Allen. That's the only thing that I could think of. His quote yesterday was hilarious. I don't know if you guys saw his quote. He said, like, some teams shoot themselves in the foot, but we shoot ourselves in the head. Hilarious quote, right, Lily? Hilarious quote. Yeah, that's, I mean, I think you're right, Pie Desert. There is some positive regression there. The turnovers last year, I need to look at turnover rankings because the Chiefs were not very high in turnover rankings, obviously. But yeah, the Tyreek Hill stuff is tough, dude. That injury, brutal. The video is nasty. I'm a little, like, I'm not one to, like, judge anyone's reaction, right? But his reaction was, like, kind of, it was wild. Jackie, his injury was way worse than Tyreek's was. Tyreek's probably going to miss 2026 as well. He's probably going to miss the rest of this year and the rest of next year. There's probably only, the only other knee injury you could probably compare it to is Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb's knee injury was pretty brutal. Watched a video today, I think it was like Dr. Chow maybe on YouTube was talking about, like, he's going to have multiple surgeries. He had surgery this morning that kind of helped repair what he had, but he's not going to have any reconstruction surgery until all that swelling goes down in his knee. So Very brutal injury. I hated it. Hated watching it. He does have an opt-out after 2025, so the Finns might just release him. Nothing in his contract is fully guaranteed as well. I think that he has fully guarantees if he makes the roster in March. But that's kind of... looks to not be the case. At least he's open for podcast guest spots now. Sure. Yeah. His podcast is going to take off. Perry, pick one to trade for Breece, Javonte Williams, or Kamara. Yeah, Chris, it probably does end all the Tyreek to return to the Chiefs talk. Probably does. Okay, Breece, Javonte Williams, or Kamara. Let's go. Breece is probably the one that has the most juice left out of those three guys, I would say. Breece probably is the right answer there. I wouldn't hate any of them. They're all better than what the Chiefs currently have at running back. But Breece is the one, not probably. He is the one with the most juice. Yeah, Ply Desert, I think you're right. Jackie Moon wants Kamala. I actually hate all those options because I feel like we would need to give up too much. They have an injury in that room, man. They're cooked. They're cooked more than they already are if they have an injury in that room. I don't know, man. I think it's probably going to be... I think they got to call for a running back. I don't know who that running back will be. Kamara seems like... Yeah. CEH, yeah. CEH is still technically on the practice squad. So that is an option that the Chiefs have, I guess. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Appreciate everyone hanging out with me here. Might do a research time into some Jaguars numbers this season because I think their team rankings are interesting. They do have some interesting team rankings. They're a pretty interesting ball club right now. Breece wouldn't be much contract year, right? Yes, it is a contract year, Joshua, for Breece Hall. Gosh, I keep spinning it out of the camera. I gotta come back here so you guys get the spin in the camera. Boom! That's a good spin on carpet. People don't want you to know that. People don't want you to know that was a great spin on carpet. Appreciate everyone hanging out. Hit that like button while I'm changing scenes here. Joshua Zystra, Andrew, Rashard Smith looked great. Yeah, he did. I mean, Rashard has looked good. They're just adding more and more to his plate, which is good. Which is what they do, right? Just adding more and more to his plate until, Rashid comes back. That offense looks a little bit better. There's going to be a lot of things that happen to make this offense look better. All right, chat. Pacheco, 4.5 yards per carry and 5 in the last 2 weeks, respectively. He's turning it around slowly but surely. For sure. There's still some things with his vision that I don't know if necessarily are fixable, right? I don't know if some of those things are fixable for him in that regard, but we'll see. We will see. Jackie Moon, after that mess up for Smith, I was like, get him off the field. Then he made something out of nothing. I don't think we've seen a KC running back do that in years. Yeah, so that first time a little miscommunication on that shoot route there. I think is what you're talking about, Jackie. That was a bit tough. But he did come back and respond well, I thought. Let me know where you guys are watching from in the chat today. Appreciate everyone hanging out with me here on a Tuesday. Monday Night Football game this week as well. So, yeah, he does just run on the field. Monday Night Football game as well. So we're gonna. I mean, Thursday's episode, it might be not necessarily as Jags focused as the last like couple games have been, right? As like team focused. Let's go 2020. Okay, no. Chiefs. Pro Football Reference. Okay, here we go. Rachel, what's up? Thank you, Rachel, for joining us.
Hell yeah!
I'm back at the desk, so I can hit the hell yeah button. We got the hell yeah button back on the back on the agenda. Shout out the O-line. Kingsley and Simmons look great. Yeah, Andrew. I mean, I agree. It was one of the O-line's best games, I think. One of their best games. Do you say that Pflugerville, Paul? Pflugerville, Texas, get a hell yeah? Whoop.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, it can if I can hit the button properly.
Hell yeah!
Pflugerville, Texas. It needed to be going against their B team. Yeah, you're right. I mean, Nick, the Chiefs had to play. The Chiefs offensive line had to play well in that game because they were going up against, as you mentioned, the B team. Pflugerville. Shout out to me on that one, guys. Hey, yo. That's a pronunciation dub as far as I'm concerned. How do I go here? What if I just want the 2025 NFL season? Xavier Worthy's kind of good at this stuff, isn't he, guys? Xavier Worthy comes back. This Chiefs offense looks absolutely incredible. I don't think that's a shock to anyone. Oh, here we go. The P is silent. Hell yeah, dude. Pflugerville.
Hell yeah!
I figured it was. I didn't think they'd be saying Pflugerville or whatever. Jawan has ironically had a lot of his best games as a Chief in the playoffs. Fans hate on him for a good reason, but he's had some good playoff games. If he can clean up the penalties, he's very good. I mean, look, he is Matt Verderman and I've talked about this too. I know that like Matt has made his stance pretty clear on what he feels about Jawan Taylor, but Jawan Taylor is a plus tackle. Like Jawan Taylor is a positive tackle when he's not getting penalties. The problem is he gets penalties all the time. That's been the biggest problem with Jawan Taylor. It's not been really his play. His play's been able to kind of been able to make up for it. But recently he was getting penalties and also play not making up for it at the same time, and that was what was so frustrating. The amount of ads. I know we went through this last week. The P is just an F with an identity crisis in that word. Yeah. There's no reason for there to be an F in that, a P in that word. But yeah, there's no reason for that P to be in that word. Who do you guys think leads the NFL right now in penalties? Who do you think leads the NFL in penalties right now, guys? Team-wise. Team-wise, which team has the most penalties, do you think? Well, it's the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jacksonville Jaguars have the most penalties in the National Football League, 38 for 308 yards. Boy, howdy. The Eagles do be getting bailed out constantly. Maximo, thanks for joining us, dude.
Hell yeah!
Tommy T, is Jacksonville D really good or more paper tiger-like? Well, we'll dive into this here in a second. Is their point differential, points for yards? Okay. Turnovers. Team turnovers lost 4. They've only lost 4 turnovers this year. This Jaguars team is wildly interesting. Chiefs, by the way, middle of the pack, 17th in penalties. This team is so interesting. Let's go to the defense. Kicking and punt returns. It's kicking. That's punting. Scoring out. What? Can we not get any defensive stats up in here? defense. Here we go. Oh, this is player defense. I wanted team defense. I see Albert Breer's face this whole time. And we're just going to get peppered with Albert Breer's face this entire time. Dak Prescott's the passing leader right now? How about that? How about that? Team offense. Okay. Passing offense. Nope, don't want that. Rushing offense. Don't really want that. Kick and punt returns. Don't really want that. Kicking. Punting. Scoring offense. Conversion. Do they really not have defense? Paper Raven. Yeah. Hey, Douglas. What's up, dude?
Hell yeah!
Thanks for joining me. Paul said, got to see it from drawn in consecutive weeks before we get too excited. For sure. Megan, thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining us.
Hell yeah!
That move that Worthy put on that guy, I think he's still looking for his jock. Yeah, that video that was going around of Worthy putting that move on was insane. Yeah. Defense first position. Team defense. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I found it. Who plays this Thursday night? I don't know off the top of my head, actually. That's a good question. Albert Breer, get out of here, dude. I had to put the chicken in the crock pot. Just heard word from the boss. Okay. Expected points contributed by passing. Okay, this is passing defense. Do you just have team defense? Advanced team defense. Team defense. Here we go. Turnovers. Jacksonville Jaguars have 14 takeaways. They got 14 takeaways. Dude. 14 takeaways for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't think that's a sustainable model. So they are 3-1 right now. I just don't think that's very sustainable. When you look at kind of... Here we go. That's what we want. Once we get this Sarah Lee ad out of here, holy hell, dude. League rank in offense. 10th in yards, 13th in turnovers, 1st in turnovers and takeaways. 19th in first downs, 7th in passing attempts. I mean, they're throwing the balls. Throwing the balls. 8th in rushing attempts. 1st in rushing attempts against. So nobody runs the ball against them, interesting enough. Andrew says we own the Jags. I want an apple turnover right about now. Last time we played it absolutely horribly and soundly beat them. Yeah, I mean... They've played the Panthers, who they beat 26-10. They've played the Bengals, they lost to the Bengals. That's wild. They lost to the Bengals, and that was... Joe Burrow did play some of that game, but... They beat the Houston Texans, who are brutal, 17-10. Niners only won by 5 points. So if you're looking at this, they are getting... That's off team turnovers lost. They've lost 4 turnovers, guys. They're giving the ball away, but their defense just keeps taking the ball away. 4 turnovers, 3. They have 4 turnovers on the year. Like, that's insane, guys. They got 4 extra. Look at this. Here you go. D'Amico, thanks for joining us.
Hell yeah!
This turnover, like, they got 4 extra possessions against the San Francisco 49ers and only won by 5 points. A San Francisco 49ers team that, like, is not... The San Francisco 49ers team that the Chiefs played in the Super Bowl a few years ago. Scott, thanks for joining us, man.
Hell yeah!
Scott says that this is one of those games where if we were 4-0, I'd be more worried than coming in 2-2. There's a lot on the line here. Chiefs should handle them. Duval about to get that belt to ass treatment again? I hope so, dude. I hope we get to see the Chiefs go belt to ass a little bit more. But I just think that's important when you're looking at this, seeing that the Jags are 3-1. Trevor Lawrence hasn't particularly played, like, great this year. I mean, he's 58% completion percentage, only 845 yards, 5 touchdowns, 4 picks. So his touchdown to interception ratio is not, like, great. .9 yards an attempt. 5.3 attempted air yards. 211 yards a game. I do think Travis Etienne is kind of having an insane kind of like run right now. 394 yards. He leads the league right now in yards an attempt. How many touchdowns do you have? Two touchdowns, 13 first downs. Perry makes this good point. They are ranked the top 5 in D, but they haven't played a good offense. Yeah, look, I mean, we were just talking about this. Look at the teams that they've played. They have played the Carolina Panthers, who right now... Well, let's look at this. Let's see where the Panthers rank offensively. Albert Bird, get out of my face, dude. I like you, but this is getting insane. Panthers offense, 24th in yards, 22nd in turnovers, 25th in fumbles lost, 17th in first downs, 26th in total points. That is a bottom defense. Let's take a look at the Cincinnati Bengals, who that game, Cincinnati Bengals gets even worse. 30th in points for, 32nd in yards, 29th in turnovers, 25th in fumbles lost, 31st in first downs, 30th in passing yards, 32nd in rush yards, 31st in scoring percentage, 30th in points. Did you guys see that tweet about the Bengals being outscored when they have the ball in the last 2 weeks? 14-13. It's insane. The Houston Texans offense also stinks. Is there a... Oh, yeah. Points for, 29th. And they're allowing a league high most points per game. Or points against. They have the most points against them all year. The Texans do. That's a 1-3 football team that they beat by 7 points. And they had 3 extra possessions. There's a lot more into the Jacksonville Jaguars than just their record. Again, let's look at this here. 23rd of 32 in terms of points for the San Francisco 49ers this year. 7th of 32 in points allowed. Look, I know we can get into all these like deeper metrics. I know we can get into like EPA and everything like that. But sometimes it's just as simple as how many points do you allow? How many points do you allow? And how many points do you score? Sometimes it's that simple, guys. The Jacksonville Jaguars have not played a team that is in the top 25 of points for. So good offenses. They have played... Hang on, we're going back to research time. Let me get the tab back up, though. 2025 NFL points for... Point differential. Phaserton says point differential and an eye test. ETN is on the radar, but T-Law rather turn into Andrew Luck if they want to win. Yeah, so that's the thing too, is that their point differential has been, what'd I say, 26-10. They won by 16 week 1. They lost by 4. And then won by 7. Wait, so 16 minus 4 would be 12. 12 plus 7, 19. And then 1 by 5, 19. That'd be 24. Their point differential is 24 in their 4 games. Their average winning margin, they've won by 4, they won by 16, and they won by 7. It's like, that probably works out to like 9-ish, right? In the games that they've played, again, the wins are the Carolina Panthers, the Houston Texans, and the San Francisco 49ers. Still dreaming. Thanks for joining us.
Hell yeah!
Chiefs locked in now. What they got to say. That's true, man. What they got to say. Scott is right. San Francisco is employing MVS, D-Rob, and Sky Moore. Sky Moore, by the way. You guys want to see something? I wish I could stop looking at Greer's face. Here we go. You guys want to see something? This is the game that was well, I don't know how far down it was. This is Jags Niners last week. Jags-Niners last week. This is the box score. 11 targets for Christian McCaffrey. Oh, that's crazy. Let's go to who had 1 target here. Oh. A vintage Sky Moore box score.
Hell yeah!
That's Tim Patrick. Tim Patrick is the -1. That is on receiving yards. Yeah, you're right, Sky Moore mentioned. Sky Moore mentioned, you're damn right. You are damn right. Classic Sky Moore. You're right, Rachel. It is a classic Sky Moore box score.
Yeah!
I mean, look. They are who we thought they were. Sky Moore is who we thought he was. He can't escape it. He cannot escape it. All right, I need to go back to scoring. Yeah, Jackie, he also muffed a punt. That is Super Bowl champion Sky Moore. You all right, Wink?
Hell yeah!
I'll give it to him. Super Bowl champ. Been having to keep a bunch of the Mafia in check last couple days. They're drinking way too much Kool-Aid. Look, I mean, I understand why. Oh, this is individual scoring. I wanted team scoring. That's not what I wanted. Let's go back to the 2025 season. Standings, team offense. Okay, here we go. In points for... Here's what I was trying to find out, chat. Here's what I was trying to find out about the offenses. Okay. Whoops. Wrong button. This is our points for the season. The Detroit Lions are the top team in points for. I don't think that's a shock. They've scored a lot of points in their 2 games. The Bills, they score a lot of points. Ravens score a lot of points. Didn't last week. Chiefs 15th right now in points for. 15th right now in points for. Jaguars are 17th. Here's the team. Okay, sorry. The Niners were 23rd in points scored. So the Jags have played a team that is in the top 25 of points scored. Whoops. They have played the San Francisco 49ers, the Carolina Panthers, the Houston Texans, and the Cincinnati Bengals. Those are the teams. Those are the teams that the Jaguars have played so far this year. No wonder they are a top 5 defense. No wonder they're a top 5 defense. They've not played a top 20 scoring offense yet. That's tough. Niners do have a lot of yards, though. That's interesting. That is very interesting for a team to have a ton of yards like that, but no points. Oh, dude, the Bengals are so bad. Guys, the Bengals are so bad. The Bengals are really bad.
Hell yeah!
They're so bad. Chris, did you got a trick shot for us today? I don't think so. I don't think I got a trick shot for you today. I'm kind of running out of like ideas for trick shots, unfortunately. Sim to next season. You're right. They got to get out of there, man. They just got to get out of there. Expected points contributed by all offense. Yeah, that is so crazy, Pie Desert, that they gave up their DC, man. He owned, like, he was the only one. He's like the only one to really figure out Patrick Mahomes. It's just crazy what they did, man. It's just crazy. That franchise is insane, guys. That Denver's defense. Shout out Timmy T. Wink, who won the Jets-Dolphins game? The Dolphins.
Hell yeah!
The Dolphins won it. Scott, I had seen clips, but I didn't realize how bad the Bengals O-line was until seeing them last night. They're bad. They are really bad, guys. They are really bad. They are really bad. Gosh. You got a wink. I only draft Denver players in the hopes of a jinx. That's probably fair, Hugh Jazz. That's probably fair. Zach Taylor's the new Marvin Lewis. They're not going to fire him, though, either. Like, that's the other thing. They're not going to fire Zach Taylor. They're going to be stuck there. This is a team that they don't want to make moves. They don't want to have to spend more money than they have to. They don't want to invest. And not only is this team have their backup quarterback playing, I don't know when his contract's over, Fazerton. That's a good question. Let me look that up. Zach Taylor contract. Extended through 2026 season in February 2022, according to Google AI Gemini. He's extended through the 2026 season. That happened in February of 2022. Now, it is like Al Golden. Bringing in Al Golden as their defensive coordinator is also insane because he had never had any NFL defensive coordinator experience, which is just like, what are we doing, man? Lou Anarumo was cooking, and he just had bad players. Like, that's the thing. Everybody knew that about the Bengals. Defenses, they don't have anybody to play for them. 2 more years for the Bengals.
Hell yeah!
2 more years. They're counting down the days. They are counting down the days. Unless they extend him again. Imagine if they extend him again. Cincy flounder is the only thing worse than that Cincy chili.
Hell yeah!
I wouldn't want to be eating flounder in Cincy. I don't know if you can get the freshest flounder. I don't think you can get the freshest flounder in Cincinnati, Ohio. So not only are they playing their backup quarterback, obviously, Their quarterbacks on the roster, Joe Burrow. Brett Rippon is the actual backup now to Jake Browning. But let's go down to... I thought they had the practice squad on here. Their practice squad quarterbacks are just as laughable. Their practice squad quarterbacks... The only reason... Wink, you nailed it, dude.
Hell yeah!
The only reason that the Bengals are good is because they had like back-to-back high first-round picks, where they got Joe Burrow and they got the number 1 overall pick, and then the next year when Joe Burrow tore his ACL and got hurt, they were able to get Jamar Chase. That's the only reason they're good, is they lucked into 2 football players that were no-brainer picks. Oh, okay, here you go. I got the practice squad. This is the practice squad right now for the Cincinnati Bengals. They have Sean Clifford and Mike White, or their other 2 running backs. Or not running backs, quarterbacks. Sorry. Isn't that insane? So their quarterbacks they're rocking with right now are Jake Browning, Brett Rippon, Sean Clifford, and Mike White. Unreal. Then they dropped the ball with just Joseph Osai and Shamar Stewart. And really, like with Trey Hendrickson too, man, they have mismanaged a lot of things. The Bengals should trade for a quarterback. They should trade for Jameis Winston. I think.
Hell yeah!
I think the Bengals should probably trade for like Jameis. They need to. They need to trade for a quarterback. Lots of quarterback injuries going on. Lots of injuries going on just in general in the NFL now. But all right, guys, I got to take a break. We got to pay some bills here. I got to take a break. Drop some. I would love Jackie. I would love KCSN to have Jameis as well. I would nothing more. Jameis might be my like Mount Rushmore of people I want to interview. Jameis Winston might be number 1. I gotta take a break. I gotta pay some bills. Drop those questions in the chat. Hit that like and subscribe button. I'll be back right after this. Chiefs.
What's up, guys? I'm BJ Kissel, founder and CEO of KC Sports Network, and I'm here to talk to Kansas City businesses. If you rely on technology, you need an IT support team that's not just another vendor, but a true IT partner. That's why I want to introduce you to my friend and neighbor, KJ Miller. He is a VCIO at ThrottleNet, the Midwest's highest rated and most reviewed IT support company. They've been in business for more than 25 years, helping companies stay secure, productive, and ahead of the curve. They aren't just IT support, but they provide data security, IT strategy, and cloud software services. They do it all, and their reviews show they do it better than anyone else. So if you want to hear about how ThrottleNet can help your local business, join the conversation with myself, KJ Miller from ThrottleNet, and our resident genius from KC Sports Network when it comes to IT, at least as he's affectionately known by us, Mr. Craig Stout. Click the link in the description to hear how ThrottleNet can help you.
Chiefs Kingdom, I have got a question for you. What is your favorite touchdown? Well, for me, I can confidently say that my favorite touchdown, it's the next one, because with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, every touchdown could bring you closer to cashing in. From the first touchdown score to anytime touchdown props or the thrill of live in-game betting, every snap is loaded with opportunity. From spreads to money lines, same game parlays, regular parlays, you want it, DraftKings has got it. Here's the best part. Bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $200 in bonus bets instantly. I use DraftKings Sportsbook, and you should too. Your team hitting pay dirt pays out to you. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code KCSN. That's code KCSN to turn $5 into $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, fees may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bet must win to receive reward. Minimum minus 500 odds required. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. Thank you guys for hanging out with me here on KCSN Live. I see the chat going on as those ads were playing. I like Jameis too much to see him in Cincinnati, says Scott.
Hell yeah!
I agree. Don't do him like that, says Hugh Jazz. Run Clifford out there and leave Jameis alone. Jackie asked, were you surprised to see Thornton at only 34%? Snap count is what he's talking about there. A little bit, especially with like how much he's gotten to run the last couple games. But Worthy was going to naturally dip into somebody's snap count. Juju has proven to be just like old reliable, and you can just rely on Juju to be out there and kind of be that guy. So like Hollywood Brown's snap count also went down, so like that's also a little bit of it as well. Like people's snap counts are going down because Xavier really has to come in. Only at 34% was interesting. I think his slot usage, Matty Lane said, was up, I believe, but Jackie says was a little bit. Juju outsnapped everyone, but I've always been higher on Juju than the average fan. Yeah, I mean, Juju just does what he does, man. Like, he's so consistent for this team. Like, he's turned into like that Justin Watson. He's turned into the guy that, you know, he's going to be where he is. And that's very valuable for this offense. You don't need to be obviously leaning on him for 100 yards a game, but he is what he is, and I think that's what's great there. Bob, thanks for joining us, dude.
Hell yeah!
Thank you in there. Bob says, Tucker, I can't even listen to national commentators, so I turn the volume off. It's a Chiefs game. I listen to the radio. There's nothing wrong with that. Mitch does a great job. Nothing wrong with that. Jack, I knew what you're talking about. This isn't necessarily research time, but I know somebody asked about like who plays the Thursday night game this week. We'll just run through like the schedule of who plays. We'll have ball maps, obviously. We'll have ball maps coming out later in the week where we'll talk about where these games will be broadcasted at as well in your local listings. Here's the schedule though. On Thursday, it is San Francisco at the Rams. Then we've got a game in London, Minnesota versus Cleveland. Gross. I'll say that right now. That's gross. A big game going on in Baltimore. The Baltimore Ravens need this football game. Houston Texans travel there. Miami will take on Carolina in a noon window. Vegas at Indy. This is going to be a big game for Indianapolis. Indianapolis kind of needs this one. The Raiders have kind of been slipping. Could be a real momentum builder for Vegas if they get that. Yeah, Paul. That was Taco Bell versus Undertaker. Taco Bell is ball maps. When something I don't like happens, or something that's going to be tough, Undertaker. Ew! Speaking of Undertaker, the Giants at the Saints? The Giants at the Saints? The Giants at the Saints. The Giants at the Saints? Ew. That's going to be a gross one. Cowboys, Jets will be a gross one. I'm really curious to see how Philly wins this one. Will they be able to gain a yard of offense in the second half? Will they be able to win this one? Paul Barrel will have a grande Bell Nacho. You guys are making me want Taco Bell. You guys are making me want some Taco Bell. I really gotta I really got to rearrange my soundboard better so I got all the sounds I want on one board instead of having to go over for two. I don't use this one very much.
Huh?
But I think that's a good one to have.
Huh?
I do also love this. That's a good one. I'm gonna be like, Tampa Bay at Seattle? Whoa! Scott, you brought it up. They are wearing the throwbacks for this. They got the old Bucko Bruce on the logo. They got Bucko Bruce on the logo. What I also think is funny about this, them wearing their throwbacks, is a 305 CBS game. What I think is really funny about them wearing their throwbacks is, like, those two teams both wearing their throwbacks, but they would have never played each other in those uniforms. Like, those uniforms would not have been on the field at the same time because they're from two, like, different eras. I think that's funny. I think they're both phenomenal looking uniforms. But you're right, yes. The throwbacks are... Dang, Paul, you're right. Mexican pizza does sound good right now. Am I going to have to go to Taco Bell after this, guys? Are you guys going to make me go to Taco Bell? There's one not too far from my house. I do love me some Taco Bell. So Bo Nix gets to play a real team for once? Yeah, so that'll be fun. Oh, guys. After we get through this, Bo Nix research time is going to be fun. Let's do a Bo Nix research time. Actually, Bo Nix research time deserves this. Maybe Bo Nix research time deserves this.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
He might. Weston, you nailed it, dude. Weston.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
That's going to be the Bo Nix research time. That's going to be the Bo Nix research time. I also have this one. I don't use this one at all.
Finish him!
There's not really many instances where I can use that.
Finish him!
I'm jelly Devonta Adams has one in his house. Yeah, dude, Devonta Adams does have one in his house. I wish I had Taco Bell in my house. How many points is Detroit going to score this week? Well, the Detroit Lions play the Cincinnati Bengals. Holy shit. There's going to be so many points in that game. To the Cincinnati Bengals. Oh, boy. Also, we just looked at this earlier, chat. The Lions, do they have the most points scored? Right? Most points scored this season is the Lions, right? It's Lions and then Bills. And then this is the most points allowed versus the most points for. Ooh. Sim to the off season. Boy, that's going to be a brutal one. Yeah, Bills Pats on Sunday Night Football. You guys getting ahead over here. Yeah, Bills Pats Sunday Night Football. Obviously, the Chiefs Jags on Monday Night Football. Those are like your primetime games. Only one Monday night game this week. Hallelujah. I don't know how you guys feel about the double Monday night games. I don't necessarily love it. I don't love the double Monday night games. It's not my favorite. Bills going a wideout game. Oh, is this their rivalries game, Luis? The Bills do play a high school schedule. The Bills schedule is weak. Is this... Okay, it is. What did you guys think about the rivalry uniforms? Did you guys like the rivalry uniforms? Is it gonna just take... I want you to take me to Buffalo's schedule. Sorry, I don't know how websites work, guys. Yeah. 31-19 over the Saints. Full schedule. Here we go. This is what we want. This is what the chat wants. Miami's were fine. I don't know. I didn't like love them as much as I thought they were going to be. It was like more black than they were navy. I thought if they were navy, they'd look cooler or a different color, maybe a more bluer navy. Ravens, Jets, Dolphins, Saints, 4-0 for them. They play the Patriots this week. They play the Falcons next week. Then they have their bye week and then go, I don't want to subscribe. Are you kidding me? Then you go Panthers, Chiefs, Dolphins again, Bucks. That'll be a tough game. Texans, Steelers, MCL sprain for Braylon Allen. Thank you for that update, Weston. So yeah, I don't know if the Jets will want to trade anymore. Their season's kind of done, but then they play the Bengals. Oh man, they play the Bengals, the Patriots, the Browns. So they got the NFC. No way they got the NFC East. That can't be right. The Chiefs have the NFC East this year. Browns. So they have the AFC West or the AFC North. And where's the other NFC team? Do they have the South? The Bucks. They got the Bucks. Yeah, the NFC South. Okay, that makes sense. So the NFC South and the AFC North is what they have. That's just lucky, guys. Incredibly lucky for the for the Bills on that one. Holy cow. That is wildly lucky. Let's check the records of the teams that the Bills have played so far this year. The Ravens are 1-3. The Jets are 0-3. 0-4. 0-4, sorry, 0-4. The Dolphins are 1-4. The Saints are 0-4. They have 2 wins. The teams that the Bills have played have 2 combined wins. 2 combined wins for them. And they are over the Jets and the Browns. 2 teams that the Bills will play again. Unreal. 1 seed not over yet. Bills are always in for a couple of stinkers. That's true, Paul. That's true, Paul.
Hell yeah!
They are. They are. And look, let's not act like the Chiefs' back half of their schedule is not easy either. Back half of the Chiefs' schedule sets up real nice for them. Back half of the Chiefs' schedule sets up real nice for them. Who's better, the Bills or the Jags? Well, I guess we'll never know. I guess we'll never know, Faz. Patriots upset special this Sunday? Wrong button. Oh, Perry. Perry with a news bomb. Lamar likely out 2 to 3 weeks per the Baltimore Sun. Lamar likely out 2 to 3 weeks per the Baltimore Sun. I guess he wasn't faking the hammy after all. You're right. You're right, Paul. You are right. Who's got it? Who's got the better Josh Allen, the Bills or the Jags? Ooh, great question, Rachel. That is a great question, Rachel. Broken Spirit is 2 to 3 weeks recovery time. Chill, dude. Chat, chill. Oh, Perry, shout out, dude. Perry, thank you. I see you, Perry. I see you, Perry. I see you, Perry. Thank you for tagging me in that tweet from the Baltimore Sun. There it is, right there. The Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson could be out. Could be out for up to 2 to 3 weeks, likely to miss Sunday's game against the visiting Houston Texans with a hamstring injury. 2 sources with direct knowledge of the situation told the Baltimore Sun on Tuesday. That's big. That's big, guys, for the Ravens. Like, the Ravens are in a really tough spot right now. The Ravens are 1-3, as we have established. The Ravens are 1-3. The Ravens are 1-3. They have injuries to Roquan Smith. I think I meant Patrick Queen. Isn't Roquan Smith in Chicago? Ravens and Bengals just went from sugar to shit. Yeah, you're right, Reggie. You're right, Reggie.
Hell yeah!
You are right. Oh, that's a preseason. I was like, they didn't play the Colts this year. They lost to the Bills in week 1. They beat the Browns 41-17 in a game that was not. It was not as a blowout that game made it out to be. Lost to the Lions 38-30. Belt to ass to the Chiefs in a game that was not as close as the final score says. They play the Texans this week to try to get back on track. Then they have the Rams before their bye week. Guys, Reggie says, any chance one of these teams with a QB injury comes in to trade for Gardner Minshew? Maybe. The Raiders are paying a lot of his contract, and the Chiefs don't have a lot of money tied up in him, so I think the Raiders would still be paying him. The Ravens' schedule has been rough. Then they have the Bears after the bye. They play the Dolphins, which will be nice. Vikings, who knows what they'll be at that point. The Browns, Jets, Bengals, Steelers, Patriots, Packers, Steelers. Steelers are going to be a tough little combo there. But they got the Bengals twice in 3 weeks, right? Yeah, Bengals, yeah. Can we get a fifth for Minshew? Maybe. Verderam might be putting the Ravens to rest in week 9. Verderam might be putting the Ravens to rest in... Let's see, hang on. What week? Week 6. Yeah, they like Gardner Minshew a lot, and he can come in and probably win a game for him if they need like a one-off. I think that like Chiefs shouldn't move him, but if they have a price, it's like, hey, we'll give you a 4th round pick, an early day 3 pick for Gardner Minshew. I think you kind of have to. You kind of have to be like, hey guys, I'll take that. I will take that. So yeah, I talked about this on Wednesday's KCSN Live. Where the Ravens have played like 78% of their schedule against teams that have had winning records. Chiefs is pretty close to 50. It's over 50%, but it's pretty close to 50% of their games. Breece Hall for Minshew straight up. Hey, yo, I don't know if I'd take that deal, Jackie. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if I'd take that deal. But the Bills have played like 38% of their games against teams that don't finish 500. They play in a real shit division, right? Like that plays into it. Let's go. Actually, you know what? This is what we're going to do. Because I think that we can see their future opponents too. Let's go back to the Bills. Let's go back to the Bills for a second. If you guys are cool with that. Yeah. You could practically already see their 2026 opponents, right? We already know who they're gonna be playing in 2026. Obviously, they're gonna have the Dolphins at home, the Patriots at home, the Jets at home. They'll have the Chiefs at home. So they're playing the AFC West and the NFC North. And the AFC North winner is what I think that is. Or wherever they finish. AFC North winner. Obviously going to play their division. Yeah. AFC South winner, which is going to probably be the Colts. An NFC West winner, which will... Seahawks or... Cardinals? That's what I'm saying. Chief Kelsey. Braylon Allen, MCL sprain. Breece Hall gets put off to Bryce Hall. LOL. Rams for sure. Oh, yeah. I forgot about the Rams. Idiot. This is what happened in my brain when I thought about the NFC West. That's what happened. You're right, Faz. It is definitely going to be the Rams. So, I mean, their schedule will be a little bit harder next year, but not that much harder. They still play in a shit division. They still play in a shit division. So that's what happens. Thanks for hanging out here. It is getting pretty close to... Oh, it's after 1 o'clock. I didn't even notice. We're just chilling out here, guys. We're just chilling and just vibing out. I'll go for a little while longer. Let me know if you guys got any questions in the chat. Drop those in there. Anything else you want to look up or anything like that. We got MLB playoffs going on right now. Is that right? Do we have MLB playoffs going on right now? That's crazy. Shout out the MLB playoffs. Royals did not make it. Royals did not make it to the playoffs this year. Charlie Rogers, thanks for joining me, dude. Oh, I almost gave you a fart. Sorry.
Hell yeah!
Thanks for joining me, Charlie. Does Patrick Mahomes win MVP? Does Patrick Mahomes win the MVP? That's a really good question. I think it's definitely possible, especially if Rashee Rice comes on and Charlie, dude. Charlie, you know what? It wouldn't be the first time someone gave me a fart. Maybe there. I think that if Rashee Rice comes back and he comes on real strong, this offense kind of figures some stuff out, and he's got to do more numbers. Like he has to make. He's not going to benefit from. Patrick Mahomes is not going to get the benefit of the doubt, right? So Patrick Mahomes has to leave no doubt is kind of what the deal is. So Rashee Rice has to come back. They have to be firing on all cylinders, but it can't just be Rashee Rice, right? Because people are going to be like, oh, he just has Rashee Rice. And he kind of has to be able to spread the ball around. Man, I think he could. But like last year's MVP with Josh Allen, it shouldn't have went to Josh Allen. Lamar Jackson's year last year was unbelievable. It was an unbelievable year from Lamar Jackson. Unbelievable year from Lamar Jackson. I like what Bob said here. He should, but he won't.
Hell yeah!
I think that kind of might be a little bit. I'm on Dodgers hate watch starting this weekend, says, who's that, Paul? Yeah, Paul, Dodgers hate watch. Moment of silence for Megan's fantasy football team. Sorry, let me pause the music. Moment of silence. Lost the first place team by less than 0.5 of a point. Less than half a point. Oof, brutal. Josh Allen hasn't made the most of his early opportunity to distance himself from Mahomes in the MVP race. For sure. Statistically, Josh Allen is not, like, numbers-wise, put up eye-popping numbers that he, like, should be able to against these teams. We'll see. It's possible, but only if he gets back to 2018 numbers because MVP voters don't care. Otherwise, yes. That's the thing, is he has to, like, exceed what he has already done. You got it, Megan. You got it, Megan. You got it. If Lamar hadn't already won 2-week MVPs, he might have got his third. Yeah. For sure. So water to wine and 15 gets it. Pretty much. Look, guys, it's the LeBron effect. It's the LeBron effect, for sure. LeBron continually kept being compared to himself. Even though he was the best player in the league, he kept being compared to himself. And that's not necessarily fair. But they don't want to give the same guy... They don't want to give the same guy MVP all the time. I get it. Fantasy team is done, Deshaun says. RIP to your fantasy team, Deshaun. It's the same reason Andy Reid will never get Coach of the Year, which is still sickening, for sure. Charlie wants to know what running back, could the Chiefs realistically bring in that would make a difference down the stretch of the season? Anybody that... Guys, Charlie, they don't... I want to say this nicely. The running backs that the Chiefs currently have, anyone would make a difference. God, my hair's a mess. I had to go to the doctor today. Everything's fine. I had to go to the doctor today, but I didn't do my hair. I just got in the shower, put a nice hat on, and skied out. I don't like my hair peeking out the bottom of my hat. 6,000 yards, 6,000 passing yards, 60 tutties, and we back in the GOAT discussion. Maybe. Probably. That'd be insane. That year would be nuts. Time to let ChatGPT unbiasedly decide league MVPs. What year would you say Pat was deserved of the MVP? 2018. I think that the 2 years that he won it, or not, I mean, he's won 3, right? Or has he won 2? I should know that off the top of my head. He's won 2, right? But he's won 3 Super Bowl MVPs that he didn't win. Okay. Okay, so he's won 2. All right, that's not the, okay. 3 Super Bowl MVPs, 2 regular MVPs, 2018, 2022. Yes, okay. Thanks, chat. Thank you. You got me on the straight. Appreciate that. Let's go look. You know what? We've been doing a lot of research time today, chat. Chat, we've done a lot of research time. W chat for sure. That is W chat for sure. Chat gets one of, do I have any cool sound effects for chat? Nah, I don't. Not on that board. Chat gets a,
Hell yeah!
There you go. So we're saying, what are we saying, chat? Are we saying 2020, Luis? Luis said 2020. W research time.
Hell yeah!
I mean, research time. We've been getting. Oh, wrong button. My bad. My bad, guys. My bad. Damn it. Ever heard of this guy? 6-time Pro Bowl, 2-time All-Pro, 3-time Super Bowl champ, 2-time AP MVP, 2-time Pro Football Writers of America MVP, 3-time Super Bowl champ, or Super Bowl MVP, 2018 Offensive Player of the Year, 2018 Burt Bell Award, 2018 Offensive Player of the Year, 2-time Sporting News Offensive Player of the Year. Ever heard of this guy? Good football player. Anyway. What are we looking at? Oh. They got Fatrick on there? Oh my gosh, they do got Fatrick. What? Why do they have that on there? Why they got Fatrick on there, man? Unreal. Pat finished 3rd in MVP in 2020. Okay, let's go check out that 2020 year. Here it is. Led the league in yards per game. Second team, was that second team All Pro? He's a Pro Bowler, MVP 3rd. I'm voting. Okay, let's go check that out then. Aaron Rodgers did have a kind of a hell of a year this year. Aaron Rodgers did kind of go off this year. I do remember. Aaron Rodgers did go off. Mahomes did have more yards, right? Mahomes had more yards. Mahomes is 3 right here. You guys see that? Okay, yeah. Mahomes is 3. He had 10 less touchdowns, 1 more interception. Rodgers had 3 rushing touchdowns last year. He did sit out a game. That is a good point, Luis. Mahomes only played 15 games that year compared to both Josh Allen and Aaron Rodgers 16. What is Allen doing above Pat there? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think that was necessarily his best year. No, Rodgers didn't deserve it, but that's just because of a hater. Yeah. I don't know, dude. Rodgers was kind of flinging that ball around the yard. Rodgers was kind of flinging that ball around. He had negative 6 receiving yards. Patrick Mahomes didn't have negative 6 receiving yards. Who won Offensive Player of the Year that year? Derrick Henry? Yeah, that makes sense. 45-8 or 48-5 is insane. That touchdown to interception ratio is nuts from Rodgers. 48-5. He had 3 rushing touchdowns, guys. That's kind of nuts. What was his completion percentage? We got that on here. I don't want to do it by hand. 372 of 526. That's fairly good. I'll do it real quick, chat. %. 70% to Patrick Mahomes is 390. 588. 66% for Mahomes. Yeah, he had a 70% completion percentage. Rodgers did that year. That's a really good year. 88% of the vote for him. Hard to say that that Mahomes deserved to win that one. He had a good year. 100%. Mahomes had a phenomenal year. 2021. Damn, didn't even show up in the voting in 2021. That's crazy. I do remember, Jackie, how they were trying to give Drew Brees the MVP before he retired. Was that year, or was that... No, that was the year that was 2018, right? Or 2022? Oh, yeah, this is 2021. Okay. Mahomes had a good year in 2021, but that was Aaron Rodgers back-to-back MVPs. 38 touchdowns, 4 picks. That's kind of insane. That's first. That's in 2018. Yeah, okay. That makes more sense. He again had another receiving. Yeah, he got another reception that next year. He should not target him. He should not target himself. He should not target himself. Cooper Kupp cracking the MVP voting. Cooper Kupp winning Offensive Player of the Year. Micah Parsons, 100% of the vote. I'd give that MVP to Brady stats-wise. Brady threw 12 picks, though. 43 touchdowns, 12 picks. 50. Oh, he did have 5,300 yards, though. God damn. That's nuts. Maybe Brady should have won that one. Oh, well. All right, let's go do it. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me here. Appreciate you guys hanging out. It's been a great Tuesday. Went a little bit long for you guys. Lots of stuff to talk about. Dancing with the Stars will be tonight. Tomorrow I'll talk about some Dancing with the Stars, so make sure to watch Dancing with the Stars. We'll talk about it. It is TikTok night tonight, if you guys are into that. I think it's just songs that get popular on TikTok, but we'll talk about that. I think somebody's going home tonight, too, so if you don't want spoilers, make sure to watch it. That's going to do it today for me. Only more games at 4:45-ish. Hell yeah, Paul. Whoops, my bad, Paul. I didn't mean to fart you. I didn't mean to fart on you. I meant...
Hell yeah!
That's what I meant, Paul. My bad, Paul. Salute. My bad, Paul.
Hell yeah!
That's not gonna be the last time that happens. I gotta switch this. I gotta switch my soundboard around, guys. I gotta switch. Do it, guys. Watch some Days with the Stars. We'll talk about it tomorrow. We'll talk some Days with the Stars, and we'll talk some ball as well. But appreciate you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me here. Chiefs, man, the Chiefs are so back. That's gonna do it for me today. Watch Dancing with the Stars. Be ready for tomorrow. And I will, you know what? I'll see you tomorrow.